everyone, I am Divyanshi and today I'll be talking about something I find incredibly exciting: how data science is being used not just to drive profits but to solve some of the world's most pressing social challenges. So let's dive in. We'll start with what data science for social good actually means, then walk through its key principles, look at some real world applications, and wrap up with a conclusion. Let's get started. We live in a world absolutely driven by data. Every click, every search, every transaction generates data. But here's the thing: most of us associate data science with business outcomes, ad targeting, stock predictions, recommendation engines. What if we redirected that same power towards solving hunger, disease, inequality, and climate change? That's exactly what data science for social good is about: using the tools of our field to make a genuine difference in people's lives. Let's see what researchers have to say about DSSG, that is, Data Science for Social Good. Their framework maps the intersection of three key dimensions: relevant data science research genres like computational, social science, and computational design; social good challenges such as climate sustainability, alleviation of disparities, and well being; and finally, socio technical environments involving technology, people, organizations, and institutions. Where all three overlap, you get what they call DSSG in IS. DSSG in IS is nothing but data science for social good in information systems. And researchers have found something alarming. Despite the explosion of AI and ML research, the proportion of work actually focused on data science for social good is at an all-time low that needs to change. What is actually data science for social good? At its core, it's an interdisciplinary field that harnesses the power of data science, machine learning, and AI to address complex societal challenges. The process follows a familiar pipeline, like framing the problem, collecting the data and processing it, exploring and analyzing it, and finally consolidating results into actionable insights. The key difference from traditional data science: the goal isn't revenue, it's real world impact. Now, for DSSG to be effective, it needs to be built on solid principles. The first is collaborative approach. Data scientists can't work in isolation. They need to partner with NGOs, domain experts, policymakers, and community leaders. The second is ethical considerations. We must ensure privacy, informed consent, and security when handling sensitive data. Third, it must be impact driven. Projects should create measurable benefits for marginalized and underserved populations. Beyond these, we also need data quality and integrity. Garbage in, garbage out, as they say. We need transparency and accountability so our methods can withstand external scrutiny. And critically, solutions must be scalable and sustainable. A tool that works for one village but can't be replicated isn't truly solving the problem. Now let's look at where this is actually happening in the real world. Starting with public health. The WHO and CDC use data analysis to track and predict the spread of infectious diseases like Ebola, Zika, and most recently COVID-19. The dashboards we all became familiar with during the pandemic, that's data science for social good in action, enabling proactive resources allocation when it matters the most. Moving to climate change, organizations like Global Forest Watch use satellite imagery and machine learning to monitor deforestation in real time. Policymakers and conservationists can now respond to illegal logging almost as it happens. That's a game changer for biodiversity. Then there's food security and agriculture. Niti Aayog and Microsoft have collaborated to give Indian farmers predictive insights about crop yields, weather patterns, and pest infestations, directly improving livelihoods and reducing food losses. In human rights and criminal justice, the Police Data Initiative analyzes crime data to promote transparency in law enforcement, helping reduce bias and building trust between police and communities. And finally, in education, the Central Square Foundation uses data to identify learning gaps in the government schools and design targeted interventions, ensuring that quality education isn't just a privilege for few. All of these are tied to the UN's Sustainable Development Goals, from no poverty and zero hunger to quality education and climate action. Data science has a role to play in every single one of those 17 goals. Of course, it's not smooth sailing. There are real challenges we need to acknowledge. First, data access and quality. In many developing contexts, reliable data simply doesn't exist. Second, ethical concerns. Who owns the data? Who benefits from it? Third, bias in AI algorithms. If training data reflects historical inequalities, the models will too often harming the very communities they aren't meant to help. Fourth, interdisciplinary collaboration is hard. Data scientists and social workers speak very different languages. And finally, scalability. A solution that works in one context needs to be adaptable to the others. Recognizing these challenges is the first step to addressing them. So, to wrap up, data science is no longer confined to commercial applications. It's a powerful tool for transformative, systematic change. When we direct our technical skills towards social purpose, whether it's predicting disease outbreaks, protecting forests, or improving education quality, the impact can be profound and lasting. The opportunities are truly limitless when technology meets purpose. I hope this talk inspires you to think about how your work in data can contribute to a more equitable and sustainable world. Thank you so much. I'm happy to take your questions.